Hello everyone, and welcome to Ready City Crit. I am Dungeon Master Harna, and I'm joined by a strange group of individuals, some of which are sick and dying, and some of which are not. Let's start off with let's start off with the healthiest person of the group, and we'll work our way down to the most infirm and meek.
Aren't we all dying, really?
I'm
feeling.
I don't know where I fall here.
I'm feeling pretty good today, so I'm gonna go first because I feel healthy. Hello, I am Ryan. I am playing Cyrus Revenmar, the ASMR barbarian. He didn't say mental health. He said physical health.
If it was mental health, I would never get to speak.
You just go last.
I think I'm under that.
So Harry introduces himself, and then it's you.
George has to introduce herself at the end of the session.
Yeah. Did you introduce yourself?
I introduced myself.
Okay.
Who
I feel like it's either me or George, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Hi, my name is George. I have like 17 chronic health conditions, but all of them are doing kind of okay right now, so we'll take it. I play Atlas Moreau, who also has like 17 chronic conditions that are all doing all right now, so she'll also take it. She's a druid. She's an owlin. I'll pass it on to our next healthiest member.
Hi, I'm Mary. I feel like I'm the next healthiest, but not sure. Well, in comparison, yeah. I play
The amount of times a week.
Cleric.
The amount of times a week that Mary turns to me and she's like, Ryan, can you feel my forehead? I think I'm catching something. And I said, Mary, you said this yesterday. You're fine.
Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, my knee keeps giving way. It's okay.
I work with the public.
I'll pass it on to whoever's the least sick out of the two invalids today.
It's a standoff.
I don't appreciate being called an invalid, but... Hi, my name's Anthony. I play Barrow Starkniff, the Satan Rogue
Derek
Fighter.
Barkhoof.
And I'll pass it on to the next invalid, apparently.
I'll take the invalid because I've done fuck all for 2 days at this point, except die. I'm playing Volgear, the Durgar Ranger. And I'll pass on to the hopefully DM.
Wow, we are all so fever dream right now. Okay, who wants to remind me what happened last week?
I like that Mary and I are like the two sides of hypochondriac with like isn't sick but always thinks is sick and is always sick but just is not thinking it ever.
From what I can remember, we got put through airport customs.
Yeah, we went through customs. The fucking dwarf and satyr marched straight on through like the royalty they are, right onto the Emphalos, because they get to be part of the amalgamate, while us angelic sector scum were forced to wait and fill out forms. Alice had papers. They took her to one side and were like, "Hey, you were kidnapped, apparently," and Alice was like, "Nah, it's chill, don't worry about it." Tewa got put in Tewa jail, and then Atlas got Tewa out of Tewa jail. We went to a rough bar. We went to a less rough bar. There were giant bugs.
We got a hotel room.
We got a hotel room. There was a giant bug who was like, "I don't like weird shit," and it was like, "You are a 6-foot-tall bug who speaks telepathically, but okay." And
Atlas
then
got Tewa through customs.
yeah, with only slight lying. And then Alice's hollow strap buzzed and was like, "Hey, it's your brother. Our family are gonna come get you." And she was like, "Give me a day. Just let me sleep, please, God. I'm going to go shopping and then take a nap and then I'll face the music." And also he was like, I was like, "Did you show them the book?" And he was like, "They saw the book." And now everyone's like, "What's the book?" And Atlas is like, "Nothing, shut up. I have to go."
And we're shopping.
Speaking of, nothing, shut up, I have to go.
Yeah, so you guys are currently up at the commercial level, helpfully marked by my giant pin.
That's a big old pin you got there. I need to
Pin.
go buy some exotic plants and some other shit.
Sounds like you're trying to buy. Are you trying to buy drugs?
No, I'm trying to buy.
Succulents.
I'm trying to work out where chimeras are from, and then I'm gonna buy him some plants because I said
okay.
I would.
No, that makes more sense.
I'm going to buy more useful
The
things.
first off, it also made sense because
I wanna go shopping.
Right. Okay, so we have Atlas looking for some kind of plant shop.
I believe it was Cyrus and Volgear are looking for like party equipment, and the rest are going with Atlas to help look for plants.
I'm looking for armor.
They don't have to come with.
Particularly.
I think they feel safer going with you than with me.
A horrible decision on their part.
Atlas
Yeah.
looking for plants. Volgear's looking for armor. Cyrus is looking for.
Cyrus is looking for potions, especially potions that might help, cure constitution.
Sure.
Or at least some potions of cold resistance.
That too.
I feel like Astra's looking for that. Just, like you
Astra's
need all the
looking
help you
for
can get.
potions as well, then. So Astra's going with Cyrus.
Yeah.
Cool. Beros.
Barros had given Cyrus back his crossbow and told him to trade it for a blaster. So that he could go and go plant shopping with Atlas, just because you wanted to see see what plants they have.
Sure, I'll trade you the weapon that I gave you because I thought you were a better shot and trade it in for something else that you want, you stupid goat.
What does that, Cyrus? I didn't hear
What?
you.
I'll get this sorted for you. It's fine, no trouble.
Oh, you're such an angel. I get it, cause you're a SMR.
Please never do that again.
Yes, so let's start off with Volgear then, seeing as he's going off on his own. So Volgear, you are looking for someone that sells armor and things like that. You spend a little bit of time like searching through, and there are a variety of places here, like all over. Just make me a general like investigation check to see what you can kind of like pull up and find as you're kind of like searching.
I was gonna say, if I swear to God, if I get kidnapped by bloody the parents, I'm gonna fucking murder someone.
A hand closes around your mouth as you are pulled into the shadows.
He's pulled into the shadows and there's just a whisk of feather left behind.
Investigation?
Mhm.
18.
18. Alrighty, so let's see here. Yeah, so you start like browsing around. You find after maybe asking a few directions, things like that, or using one of the little kind of like tablets that like are like all over the walls, like very much like a very
Like a
like you're
mole.
in the mall almost, yeah, like like trying to
You are
find
here.
locations. You eventually follow the signs and advice to somewhere called the Stellar Armaments Emporium. You step inside and you see this like high-tech armory. You see at the counter there's this big, large hippo man. He's got like goggles that kind of like go over his like small little hippo eyes. Got a little bit of curly hair on top, but is more or less bald. Apart from that, he wears a like brown leather jacket, a white V-neck, and he has these like big cargo trousers and big boots as well. And as you kind of come in, he goes like, "Well, I say, old chap, welcome to Stellar Armaments Emporium, where arming yourself is what we do."
Up until that last bit, I just had the image of the hippo from Sky Thieves in my head. Just looking for some scale mail, please.
Scale mail, indeed. Let's see here. And he comes out from behind the desk, and he's like, as he moves around, he like bumps into like shelves, and the whole shelves go as they like move and warp. And you notice he's got like big like huge like swords, lances, like the weapons that you're more traditionally used to seeing, like and like big like fancy to plate mail. But he also has like more advanced stuff. You see things that look like these like little blasters that the captain before had used to cast spells. You see there's much longer versions of those as well, up like mounted on the walls, up behind the counter. And even armor as well. There's definitely like more, less kind of what you would consider traditional armor, and you see things that are imbued with like lots of like magical glyphs and things like that all through them. But they look almost more like kind of the things you'd use like environmental suits and things like that. The bigger they've been armored and things like that to reflect. To just basic scale mail, I like your style, keeping it traditional. He like finds something kind of in your size and picks it out for you. Yeah, and he's able to find you some scale mail if you'd like.
I need to remember to keep unmute himself here.
You could always do push to talk.
Yeah, I might do that in a second here. Did you traditional? Is there something else that maybe you have that's very similar?
If you'd like to perhaps get something a bit more advanced, let's see here. And he goes through and he finds a and it almost looks think like it's very like futuristic kind of like armor, lots of like carbon fiber kind of like patterning across it. Looks very lightweight. But it still kind of has that like core structure of like the scales, and whenever he like holds it up, the scales like appear to be made of like little carbon fiber scales all across it, and each one has a little small like red glow around it. He goes like, this is power scale mail. It's a little bit more advanced than the normal stuff, but it will help deflect a few blasts and things like that a bit more easy. And he like basically demonstrates he can swap it from like the colors begin to change from red to blue to green to black. He kind of cycles through. It will allow you to, if you are prepared in advance and know what you're coming up against, it can give you a little bit of an edge against some specific types of damage. For instance, this mode, this is back to red, means that you'll be a little bit more resistant to fire, things like that. It wouldn't grant you as much resistance as, say, that of a dragon scale itself, but it replicates as much as it can.
And how much would that be?
Oh, a fair price, good sir. Fair price indeed. What kind of money are you running with?
I have this odd feeling that probably not enough, considering you have to ask that question.
Always good to know these things are a bit more. It's 5,000 chits for the traditional, but if you'd like the one that could grant this little boons, this resistance, it does add a little bit to the price. So we have a variety of these across the board, but you'll be looking about 10 times at least that, to give you a rough idea.
So 50,000 chits.
50,000 chits, yes.
Now I have a really odd feeling I fucked up somewhere on my counting of my copper then, because apparently I have 77,000 chips. Which doesn't sound quite right, does it?
You did rob a lot of hollow straps though.
This is true. But I don't think I got 770 gold's worth? Does that work out?
Yeah,
right?
that's a lot of that's a lot of gold.
I think it's meant to be 7,700.
7,700 sounds more reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna knock a decimal off that one. I guess I'm gonna stick with the regular for this time.
I think that's 5,000 chits, and you always have something to aim for in the future.
Can you give me any sort of discount for turning in my old armor?
Let me look at it. Is that the one you're modeling at the moment?
Yes.
Has a quick inspect of it. A little bit dinged up around the edges. What kind of armor is it?
It's leather.
Just basic leather?
Yeah, basic leather armor.
Has a little look at it and goes, well, it's not the most fancy. I couldn't really knock much off it, to be perfectly honest. Just going off that alone. I could take off a good 500 shits. That'd be about as much as I could do. 4,500 and the old armor.
I think that's a fair price.
Enough. Takes leather armor off you. He gets a ski meal. He anything that needs adjusted straps and that, he'll help get it adjusted for you just so it fits well, and he'll help you don it as well.
Brilliant.
Looking spliffing, old chap.
Thank you very much. I'll leave and go find the others.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he goes off to find you guys. Meanwhile, let's do plant looking. So Beros and Atlas, you guys can make an investigation check each if you're looking for somewhere that deals in plants or anything like that, or...
Yeah, sure.
19.
Okay. Beros, are you doing this out? Great.
3.
Beros is just being tagged along for the ride.
Alice is on like hypervigilance.
You end up finding somewhere Atlas. You come to two places. There is somewhere which is called the Ethereal Apothecary, and then there's also somewhere called Galactic Oddities Bazaar, both which catch your eye.
I'll try the Galactic Oddities first.
Sure. So you pop in, you see behind the desk there's one of these Githzerai with like the yellowed skin, like nose that almost ascends a lot higher than a human's back, long pointed ears, yellow eyes, and like that kind of like black speckling across their body, almost like that of a cheetah. And you step in, you see the store is just filled with bizarre trinkets, alien artifacts, mystical curiosities, just kind of all over. And as you step in, you just hear, "Hello there. Welcome in, everyone. Please, have a little browse around. If Zara can be of any assistance, give Zara a shout."
I'm looking for some kind of jungle plants, ideally from wherever chimeras come from, but considering I don't know where that is, not super helpful.
Indeed. I don't think I have any knowledge exactly about the chimeras that you're describing, but I do have a little collection of nebula orchids in the back, which are quite lovely.
How poisonous are they if you eat them?
Oh, not at all. In fact, if you ingest the petals, they do grant you a little bit of resilience of the mind.
That could be handy. Sure.
Dear God Almighty.
Quite pricey.
Stop making it smarter.
How pricey?
Well, each one, you'll be looking about 500 chits for a pot.
How sturdy are they?
I'll show you. And she goes and fetches one, and she pulls out one. And the nebula orchid, it looks very much like it's like a singular like stemmed plant, just growing up a bit taller. Each flower has like basically one large petal around it. So like it's like almost like a perfect circle. It like falls away at the end. Kind of like if you took all the traditional flowers, petals of an orchid, and like merged them together. And there are 3 flowers on it. But it looks, the stem looks pretty resilient and sturdy. Like it doesn't look like it's holding itself up on its own. It doesn't have any like sticks or anything to like.
Do I feel like if a large animal shook this around a whole bunch, it would be okay?
It might lose a few petals, but
Okay.
it would probably, 5.
Sure. 500, you said?
Indeed, just for one.
Just the one, then.
Of course. She takes the jets, transfer completed, and then gives you, and you can note down you have a nebula orchid.
Not for long.
And if you'd like to note down what it does, when you ingest, because she would explain, when you ingest a petal, so it has 3 uses. When you ingest a petal, it grants resistance to psychic damage and enhances telepathic abilities for 10 minutes.
Okay.
By enhanced telepathic abilities, just note down it doubles them. So like things like, if you have telepathy of 60 feet, it now becomes 120 foot.
Okay.
But it's specifically things like telepathy or like not things like message.
Yeah. Brain reading
abilities, like Gith might have.
Yeah. But Owlin do not.
Yep.
Thank God, honestly.
Alright.
And then Atlas will turn to Boris and be like, there's one more thing I have to get, but I'm gonna go get it myself, so...
Indeed.
No, not you. You.
Oh,
We have many things here.
Yeah, I have to get one more thing, but I'm gonna go get it myself, so I will meet you back at the hotel? Tavern? Whatever it is.
Sure. It's not like I came here to it doesn't matter.
What?
Doesn't matter.
What? You have plans?
No, I was just coming with you, but if you're going to scalp it off, then what was the point? I was giving it all and going around with you, but it's fine. It's fine.
Well, if I take you with me, it won't be a surprise.
Oh, I do like surprises. Is it the prostitute book?
No, but if you want, I have that.
Wait, you still have it? I thought you lost it. I thought that was the whole point.
No, it's something else my brother's talking about, but...
Oh, okay. I mean, sure, I'll take the book.
I want this back. This is a valuable possession.
It is.
But briefly, you will be lent a little black book with exactly 43 prostitutes in it, and also 7 criminal addresses noted in the back.
Wonderful.
As you're kind of looking around Barros as well, because this is where you're still happening inside the shop. You notice there's a sign above the door, like as you turn, like to see like Atlas is getting ready to go, and it says like, "On your way out so soon? Don't know what to get? Maybe try one of Zara's grab bags." And that's all the context it gives you. And then below it just has like a price, and the price seems to be constantly changing. It's like a petrol pump price, but like price goes down, price goes up, price goes down.
If I see that, I'll be like, well, I do like surprises. Right, okay. And I'll basically sit there and wait for it to like keep going down and then keep missing it and then keep going down and then keep missing it and then do you want me to roll a d20, see
Roll me
which
a D100
higher...
see what price it lands on.
Dun!
There's like a little button you have to press to like stop it. Oh, okay, cool. So it drops down to 120 chits, and you're like, yep, that's as low as it's gonna get. You slap it as quickly as you can. Your reflexes are good enough to catch it before it spikes up again, and it freezes. And then you hear from behind the desk, you wish to make a little purchase, do you?
I do, one of these grab bags.
Indeed. Well, let me see here. Roll me a D10, please.
It's bees!
It's little biscuit snakes.
She produces a little small like pouch, the kind of what you'd expect, like a coin purse almost. It's made of this beautiful black leather and is tied with a golden like little thread, like ribbon, very tightly. And she takes the transaction, so you can mark down 120 chits are gone, and she gives you one of these little mystery bags, these little grab bags.
I'll take it.
Yep. You open it, or do you leave it closed for now?
I'll open it.
Sure. Inside, you see there is a 6-sided cube, and there are symbols on each of the surfaces. They appear to shift ever so slightly. And it looks like they are divided up into sections of 9. It basically looks like a Rubik's Cube, but it's not colored. There's like weird... it looks like maybe you could try to solve the puzzle, and if you were successful, then maybe something would happen. You're not sure, but it definitely is. It looks magical. Like it's the way it shimmers and glows. It looks maybe like a magical like children's toy. Maybe you're not entirely sure.
Beros will be infatuated with it and probably just walk out the store. Probably not say goodbye to Atlas and just start walking in a direction.
He's just
messing around
gone.
with this cube.
What languages do you speak, Ross?
Elvish, Thieves' Cant, and Common.
You don't recognize the symbols, but they look like you would recognize their lettering of some kind. Like you've maybe seen it before, but you couldn't tell. It's like being unsure if it's like, oh, it could be like traditional Chinese, or maybe it's Russian. I don't know. Like it's like one of those. You know, it's not. It's not like it's not an alphabet you're familiar with, but it looks like they're letters, or symbols of some kind. So you're not really sure what they're supposed to look like. Is half the battle, you know. But maybe if you find someone who recognizes them, it might be easier. Atlas, so you're gonna go off and do something else.
Yep, on to my next location, which has been
Yep, so you head
pre-done.
off to that location, and we'll jump to Cyrus and Astra. You're looking for a potion stop. Investigation check, please. Whether one of you with advantage or one for each of you.
I've got a 0, so 7.
You have a little look around. Cyrus takes you some time. Anything? Are you gonna look as well, Astra? 19?
Yep, 19.
Luckily, Astra's able to find some pretty quick for you. You find the ethereal apothecary, and you kind of like step inside. You get a little ring of the bell, And you see the shop is covered in these like strange looking like plants from all over. Various like smells linger in the air. There is apothecary sets bubbling away behind counters, and a variety of potions on the shelves and the walls, almost like a library of potion bottles all labeled. All face up very neatly. And you see behind the or probably actually sat on the countertop currently like with a dropper in one hand and a vial in the other, with like these huge big like goggles about that far from their face, and like holding like that. You see this green and olive skinned earth ganassi. Their hair it looks like it's made from like a big bushy, almost like a willow tree that like falls around their like face at their shoulders, and they're wearing this like quite loose fitting top. And as you kind of come in, she like looks away from him, was like, welcome in, just one moment. And the single drop falls, and then oh god, as like just like a little like sparks just start flying at the top of this thing. Goes like, and we'll just put you down in the test tube holder, and you'll be oh, they're all going off.
Do you require assistance?
Bucket. And then she just goes, and you see she just turns around and just throws the entire test, like about 12 test tubes, and just throws them all in a bucket of water, and then the bucket of water starts sparking. She goes like, not water, okay, okay, we're just gonna take this outside. Excuse me, please. Pardon me. And she just pushes past you, goes like, closes the door, and it goes like, how can I help you? And then you just hear a bang from the street outside, and she goes like, and lifts the goggles up on her head.
We were hoping to purchase some potions.
Indeed. Those ones not so stable. Those ones on the shelves very stable indeed. Unless you're looking for a bomb, in which case I can make you one. Just need another hour or so.
Do they immediately go off, or can you make a bomb that will like go off after a time?
Well, it seems like you would need to drop of the acid that I just had into the vial of the concoction I had made, then combine sufficient amount of that concoction together in a bucket with quite a heavy dose of alkali, which seemed to, I was hoping would have neutralized it, but seemed to accelerate it somehow. You can kind of time it. I counted 15 seconds, at least.
Okay. I think Cyrus is gonna like lean over to Astra and be like, did she just say she dropped acid, or did she mean into the bucket? Because this person seems a little off their rocker.
Both.
Right, okay.
Astra, who has never come across drugs in her life, like, I don't know what that means.
I'm looking for a
That's
very
a
specific potion. I was in a fight recently, and the magic that they used on me seems to have impacted my physical state. I'm not healing as much as I used to be, so I'm wondering if there's anything that you can give me that'll help me restore that.
Like some kind of antidote to a poison, or
Something that will, I don't know, restore me to full physical health. Like this, and he'll point at like the ice burn that hasn't healed, and he'll be like this shouldn't be here.
Okay. Well, yes, we could probably come up with something for that. Not normally traditional. I could try condensing a spell effect into a potion. Again, it could be quite challenging. You sometimes something like that. You might be better to getting someone to help. Maybe someone at a more divine.
Yeah, he probably
aspect.
needs priest or priestess, but
I mean, I can give it a good go. I will just need some resources just to get it all together.
Well, if it's not possible, do you know of a priest or person that could heal me magically?
Well, I mean, it really depends what kind of condition you have. I would always say if you're just looking for, like, you know, a priest, you try going up towards the galactic level and see if anyone there can help you. They do have some various sites of worship there, and little stations and things like that. That would be my port of call. But I mean, I can give it a good go, like I say. But I'll need I need to get some diamond and crush it down. That'll be probably most of the ingredient. And then I'll need to get some probably divine oils and get them in as well. I'll have to make it as well, so it'll take me about a day to make. But I think I could probably do it for around it's going to be expensive. You know, you're looking at the diamond alone is going to cost about like 50,000 shits. Then the other ingredients as well, you're looking for at least another probably 5,000 or so, maybe 55,000. It'd be as cheap as I could really do it.
Yeah, I don't really have that kind of scratch on me.
I don't know. Maybe
We'll
someone
see.
on the galactic level can maybe do it cheaper. They might be able to waive the cost of the spell, but I need to condense the magic in as well. You see.
Fair enough. There was a potion you were looking for, Astra.
Somewhat. Try not to take offense to this, but do you have potions of cold resistance?
Yeah, I do indeed. Of course.
And also maybe like a herbalism kit and stuff to make potions of cold resistance and or healing potions.
I could certainly get you a herbalism kit. Herbalism kit, I can give you one fairly cheap. You'd be looking about 500 chits for that. The potion of resistance, they last for an hour. They are a bit more expensive just because they do require some quite unique ingredients. You'd be looking around 30,000 chits for those.
Yeah, we can't afford that.
Just herbalism kit then. Thank you.
Just 500 then. I mean, if you want, you can try to make them yourself. I tend to use shards from ice elementals whenever I can get a hold of them. Normally, best go back home to get them. But sometimes I know some people who bring them in from Primord. But again, they're quite hard to get a hold of, which is why they're quite a price. But really good if you're out in the Expanse or anything like that, and caught without a suit on, life-saving.
Yep.
Thank you.
My pleasure. With the herbalism kit as well, you can make some basic antitoxins and potions of healing for... it's fairly simple. I can sell you the ingredients you'd need for those if you'd like, or...
Yeah, potions of healing ingredients would be appreciated.
Certainly. And she can sell you the components for potion of healing. It takes... it's half the price it would be, so it would be... it would be 2,500. That for one for each one. So basically, it's 25 gold each for it, and then it takes you. I think it takes you a day.
Okay.
Big one. Yep, so a basic one takes 1 day to make. If you want to make more complicated ones, it takes more time.
Okay.
So it takes 1 day as in 8 hours of downtime, so you'd be thinking like no adventuring that day, like we're on the ship. And she can sell you for as much as you'd like, so 20 she can basically sell you half the price it would cost to have them pre-made. She can sell them for you too. So if you want to buy that, you can buy however much you like now when you have access to it. Obviously when you're on a ship, you can't just say, oh, I bought some more back then. You need to make sure you have the supplies.
Yeah. I think she maybe buy like 2 potions worth for now, so that'd be
50 gold
5.
or 5,000 shits of supplies, and you can do that. You've got 2 potion of healing supplies. No doubt it'll take you a day each to make them.
Yeah.
Bingo. All right.
Was there anything else you wanted to get, Astra?
No, I'm just trying to keep you all alive.
That's fair. That's very fair. Well, Barrel's give me this crossbow. Maybe we could head to an armory or weaponsmith or something, see if we can get it traded in for something better.
Okay.
And then that's where we'll head.
Okay, so you could probably head round, kind of similar to where Volga ended up. You probably eventually find the Stellar Armaments Emporium. You see the big GIF behind there. who you pop in. He's like looking at the crossbow, looking it up. And yes, what kind of crossbow is it? Looks to me quite light, I would say. Not as heavy as you might anticipate.
It's a +1. It's not a +1. It is a magical crossbow.
Oh,
It's a magical crossbow that would give you an extra
extra
one of
attack.
hit.
a higher chance of hitting.
Crossbow with a little bit of oomph behind it.
It's an oomph bow.
Was it not a heavy crossbow?
It might be heavy. I don't know. He's big.
It was a
big
+1
guy.
heavy. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
heavy.
you're weak at night.
It's a
Cyrus,
magical. Constitution wise, not strength wise. Thank you very much. It's a +1 heavy crossbow, which would be a magical heavy crossbow.
So he'll look it over, inspect it. It has been used, seems. Not very. We could probably look at sourcing something like this for yourself. Let me see here.
Well, it's not for me. It's for a friend. He saw the blaster that the guards were using, and he really wanted one.
Yes, I could probably get him one of those. I could, if you'd like, I could get you one of the long-range ones. And he gestures up to the like one of the cannons on there. It's a big long one. He goes like, "Oh, you could have a smaller one instead. You probably could afford 2 of the smaller ones for a direct swap if you'd like." These are simply single shot variants. There are ones that do have multiple, more ammunition, can fire multiple before they need to be reloaded. But these ones are more similar to a traditional crossbow or style.
How much are the multi-shot ones?
Quite a bit more. You would need to pony up a little bit of chits alongside this. If you're looking for a multi-shot pistol, it would be, let's see, good 100,000 chits.
Spit take.
What about?
But dude, for clarity, this crossbow is very fine. I would give you 50,000 for the crossbow.
I still can't afford the multi-shot pistol with that. How much for a long range and a short range?
Long range and short range would be 75,000.
75. Barrels, why do you have such expensive tastes? I'll take the 2 pistols for the crossbow.
Yes, good trade. And he gives you 2 of these little single shot pistols. So you know that you have 2. Just call them.
Blasters.
One shot blasters. You haven't noted them. I'll make a little note. But effectively, they do 1d10 force damage. And they have they don't have like an infinite range, but the range is pretty good. They've got a range of 30/90, so it's a bit better than like a hand crossbow would be. But they do basically, they're like a single shot, and then they have to like recharge. Think like kind of like Laser Quest kind of style, like that kind of idea. Like they have a little like lights on the side, and they have like, and then they have to like recharge back up again. But they don't require ammo, which is like a big trade-off.
2 one-shot blasters.
2 one-shot blasters, so they don't require ammo, but they do have like a recharge time. Their range is 30/90. So.
I was wondering if you had any. I don't tend to wear armor, but if you had any like trinkets or things that can help provide cold resistance.
Not the kind of thing I specialize in. I have some armor, which could maybe give a little bit of an resistance. I have armor, which can provide resistances to it as well, like fully or...
What about medium armor with cold resistance?
It really depend on what kind of medium armor you're looking for.
Leather or...
That would be light.
Oh. Studded leather.
Still light.
Is it?
Yep.
Chain shirt or something.
I will say the enchantments that go into
Paladins.
these resistant armors that give true resistance, they are quite punchy, quite expensive. If you couldn't afford the blaster, I'm afraid this would fall probably quite significantly out of your price range. You're talking 600,000 shits for some of these things. They are master craftsmanship piece of work. I do have more basic versions that offer not true resistance to that level, but you would still be looking a good several thousand shits. I can't even remember what I fucking quoted Volgear and made up a price earlier.
Whatever that
I
was.
think it was 10 times. I think it was 10 times the price. So for it normally it'd be 5,000, it'd be 50,000 for the with the like untrue resistance armor. So like instead of the blasters, I could give you that instead.
No, I'll stick with the blasters, thank you.
Well, you know, if you find anything fine like that again, you're more than welcome to pop back, and I'll still be here.
Certainly. Do you have any great axes?
I do indeed. He goes and he grabs one from the racks. Offers it out to you to like try.
Does it do anything special, or is it just a great axe?
This is just a great axe. Would you like one that does something special?
Well,
Can you
you're aware of
afford
my
one?
you're aware of my price range, so is there anywhere?
I don't know how much you have left because you've only traded the crossbow for the blasters.
Okay. Let's say anything under 9,000.
Well, this would be 3,000 literally. If you're looking for something a bit magical, let me see. It's all a bit,
Ryan.
honestly, even basic enchantments are quite expensive, you know.
Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you have my permission to spend this on yourself if you want.
I'm just saying what's available.
I mean, not Theros'
Cyrus would also know
permission.
that, like, the price that he could just sell the crossbow, and that would be enough to get him the material components for that potion nearly. That's the other thing.
But you can only use it once. You probably better get in.
Yeah. So
guns.
he's
Guns.
trade off. Maybe he'll take one of the guns and be like, "You get one, okay, and I'll keep the other."
It does look like they're pretty cumbersome, Cyrus. Like you don't think you could dual wield these easily. The recoil alone is still, even though they're laser pistols, they still pack a bit of a punch, you know.
So Barros won't be pew-pewing
Unless
with
he
these.
has the dual wielder feat, he'd be unable to dual wield these. They're heavy metal weapons. They're not like hand crossbows, which are just wood. You know, it's like fucking trying to dual wield Desert Eagles. Like, you know, like they're fucking heavy to even aim them properly.
But that would be cool as shit.
No, nah. I'm using a shield these days. If I could fucking sort out my physical state, I wouldn't need a shield. No, it's fine. I think I'll just take the two blasters today.
If we keep the money, maybe we can get you healed.
True. That is very true. Is there anything you want to get in the armor/weapon shop, or shall we head up to the Galactic Sect?
I think I'm okay. Unless anyone strikes out at Asher looking lightning, just
There's one shield with like a little lightning bolt drawn on it too.
Yeah, no, she's good.
How late is it? Because I know it was getting late.
It's like
In world, not in the real world.
Yeah, is it not like late evening?
Yeah.
Or evening? Because we had food and then
Found
we
somewhere to
booked a
sleep.
room. And then we were like, before we
it's
sleep,
still the first day you guys
we'll
got
go
here,
shopping.
yes. So it's definitely coming up in the evening time, like
Okay.
definitely late afternoon, like that kind of thing.
So I think the ASMR will head to the Galactic Sector if they can.
I feel like going to get up there and ask, okay, which gods do you hate least?
Yes, you get in the lift and you scan your holostrap and you see the Galactic Sector. It does open up to you. If you'd like to go, you ascend up towards it.
Beep. angrily beep.
You arrive at the galactic level. It's the first time you've actually been here. It is pretty spectacular. You see, it is almost like this entire level. All the walls are glass. You can see from the lift when you step out, all the way to the actual like outer wall of this space station itself. You see there is beautiful like nebula. You see the Uri star in the distance, and in between that you see bustling with people coming and going. You see glass walled buildings with people gathered in them. It is a sight to behold. You see some people just sat like, you know, looking out across the stars, just taking it all in. Yeah, that's...
Can Astra spot one for an Apo, or?
Yeah, quick scan around. You see that a lot of the gods here are actually are basically represented. So yeah, if you're looking for an Apo, you can find a shrine to an Apo pretty easily. It probably isn't a shrine. Actually, it probably is a little small chapel.
Astra start gravitating that way and then stop. Look at Sarah's like.
Is there one for Lorien?
You look around for Lorien. Here, away from feud. Probably not much following for him.
I'm gonna have to go to the weird wave people, and he'll start to follow Astra.
Somehow it's Wade again.
Yes, you go into the little temple, little chapel, like towards an Apo, and you see it is very new. It looks to be actually brought like a later edition. In comparison to some of the older ones, you see a shrine for Jordama, who is like the goddess of twilight, who would be traditionally worshipped by the Cycrene. You see lots of like bug iconography towards her. You see Elias, the human god of life, has this beautiful big shrine, like a big statue of like her like holding up like what looks like sunlight coming down around her. You see that there is like Sarpana, you recognize the symbolism and iconography. Vasu of the Forge and the dwarves. You even see one for Marana, for the god of death, who there's always a few offerings on, but there's no one really directly follows her in that sense. But that is probably it. Things like gods you've noticed definitely aren't there. There is no god of the grave, Tanda, no god of the giantkin, no god of Arcana, who would be Zula, traditionally for the gnomes and halflings.
Does Saparna's statue look like Saparna AI?
There are resemblances. It definitely looks like maybe there was more an artistic license kind of taken.
I just imagine Cyrus walking past it being like, looks nothing like her, and them going, well, what?
But it does. Like the thing is, Cyrus. Like I mean, and this is something that Cyrus would be maybe semi-aware of as well. Is all of the 14 gods were real and were physically present on Calum, so people had seen them. So artists were able to like they captured her like long flowing hair and her like butterfly wings and like things like that. But maybe they didn't quite get like her eyes are like not as close together as they should be, or like it's like things like that. And
yeah.
But they get the big components are there. Like you definitely see her like satyr like fae features captured there alongside her elvish ones. But yeah, it's not quite right. It's like a little bit uncanny valley. But all these gods, like even like the only god who doesn't have a physical form that has been recorded properly is Marana, because Marana always just looked like a shadow. Like she was always seen as like this thing like that came from the darkness, and like was never really perceived by anyone. In fact, like even people who follow Marana, a lot of her followers say that like the only time anyone would see her would be whenever it was your time and that kind of stuff. Like so, but most of the gods have a physical and accepted this is how they look, and it doesn't really vary. But normally they have like the traits of their race and things like that. Like even Lorien, Lorien resembles like a devil. Like he looks like a devilish, fiendish man. He looks probably more like how you or like a tiefling would be than say like a pit fiend. Like he looks more humanoid, you know. All the gods are
Like Fife, an angelic demon.
yeah. Well,
Devil.
Fife is more of a yeah, Fife is a he is technically a divine, but he has the features of Lorians. He has like the horns and the hooves and the like, you know, the big teeth and like the red eyes, like all that kind of the traits are there. But he's still unique in his own way. The same way, I'm sure, like say the Ravi, the god of the Asimar, who has like is depicted as not the strongest individual, has Deva under her that are like huge hench fucking angels who like fuck shit up and carry huge like comically big great swords in the battle and things like that. Like it's the exact same kind of thing. It just depends on the god. Every god has their own celestials like that mimic them.
Is there a Ravi place?
No, because the Asimar are not part of the amalgamate. So you are in amalgamate space.
Yeah. No, I just thought, hey, that's a god that's just Asimar. I can go there. That's fine. No, I have to go to the weed people. Seaweed people.
You could go to any of them. You could go to. I mean, like I said there, I'll run through them. So you have Elias of Life. You have Anapo of the Tempest. You have Jordama of the Twilight. You would have Morana of Death. You would have Ravi of Light. Not Ravi. Sorry. You would have Serpent of Nature, and you would also have Vasu of the Forge. Vasu actually shares an alignment with Lorien, if that would help. They are very much a selfish kind of like drive of, you know, hammering oneself into like shape and things like that to find to fit the right locks and this kind of thing. The dwarves are quite a cold people, all of them.
I feel like I'm with Astra, so I will take her lead, but I'm probably drawn to either Morana or Vasu. Yeah.
Like Ash is gonna go to Morana after Anapo. She just wants to go there for like.
All right,
Again.
we'll go to Anapo first. You can calm your storms, and then we'll.
I just want to feel like I'm at home for a bit, and she just walks on.
You don't hear this because you walk on, but he's like, "Yeah, I take anything to not feel like I'm at home," and walks forward.
Step in and you
Tell me about it, buddy.
You see next to like the shrine of Anapo, there is this beautiful projection, like this holographic projection of a little world, completely water all across its surface. Not a single piece of land, that it's just like spinning projected. And you see a variety of like sensors and things like that. You see like water temperatures, like, you know, the percentage of like algae pollution all over that. And as you kind of like step in, you see there is an individual there, and you have never seen anything like this. Completely alien to you. This is a giant turtle man, big staff, and as you come in, he's got this like long, like weird, like scale, like it looks like his skin has begun to shed, but it's kind of come off with like the frill of his neck, and it almost forms like a beard. He's got these big green eyes, and he kind of like looks at you as you come in. He gives like a little slow. Hello there, dearest.
If you could help my friend here, he got himself into a bit of a pickle, and now his strength, no, not strength, his health isn't what it used to be.
Hello. Standing awkwardly in the doorway.
A maiden, don't worry. There is no reason to be shy. And he gestures to the glass walls. Everyone sees everything here anyway. And Linus is used to being stared at. Bit like a museum piece, I feel sometimes. I would say maybe you can make a history check. I either of you, to see if you have any idea what the fuck this guy is.
I have a +1. I don't know.
I've got a 0, but fuck
I'll
it.
give you an advantage, Astra, just because of your...
Whoop.
Pretty good.
Cyrus, Turtle Man, you think that it's very likely that this is from one of the planets far from Calum, probably whatever planet Inapu kind of focused on. The way they're kind of shaped and things like that. You'd have like heard of turtles before as well, so you can like maybe summarize. It's probably something to do with water. Astra, this is a turtle, and this is one of Inapu's creations, alongside the Tritons, the Kuatoa, the Lakatha, the Sahagin, that all traditionally would call the planet of Agua home. And Agua is sectors away. It's like in Sorex Minor. It's actually in a protected area of space. The Amalgamate have stopped ships going to Agua because they want to protect the cultures there, and they want to basically watch how they develop and want to see where they get to. You heard like a long time ago a bit of uproar back on Calum that just before, well, maybe just whenever this kind of like blockade kind of came into fruition, that a few members of the Amalgamate had acquired some samples from the planet and taken them back to the Omphalos. And those samples, it was according to the prayers that were received from those still on the planet, were missing people. They said they talked of strange, like monsters from the sky came down and stole children and things like that. But yeah, so you think it's quite likely that perhaps this turtle, because there's no, they don't know, they don't have Tevs, they can't travel the Expanse on their own. They would need someone to take them there, and it's not unheard of that they need someone to sneak around the blockade and things like that. But based on his age, maybe.
How tactless is Astra? You're a child of an apple. It doesn't matter if they stare.
Let's see what we can do for your friend then, shall we?
Sure.
It's cracking my back. Takes a while. Okay, nearly there. Okay.
I'll approach him. I'll approach you. That might be easier.
He moves at like half speed. In comparison to Cyrus. He meets Cyrus in the middle, which is he took 2 steps and Cyrus took 7. And he like reaches out a hand. He like puts this like little scaly like hand on your face, Cyrus, and he doesn't even really have like fingers. He has like little small like turtle claws that kind of come off his like stubby hands, and it caresses your face gently.
So what is the problem, child of Ravi?
I recently fell more into alignment with my guardian, and it has provided me with benefits, but also vulnerabilities. I took some damage from an ice spell, and the effects seem to have affected my physicality in some way. I'm not healing the way I should be. I feel like I should be stronger than I am. Not physically stronger as in how much I can lift, but health-wise, if that makes any sense.
A man came before to guide us whenever his following didn't help.
And now you kind of hear for a while, you notice no one really, whereas all the other shrines have people praying or people there, even like Morana, as people come and go, there is no real interest in this one. No one seems to really follow an Apo here. They appear to make a late addition, maybe because of the Amalgamate's current occupation, or whatever you want to call it, of the Sorex Minor.
Sometimes when people get desperate, they come here. But yes, maybe I can help. Sounds like what you're describing is you have a problem in yourself. But it is only a problem if you believe it is one.
I don't follow.
Even the man who I gave the last bit of advice, which is the same as that too. In hindsight, we ended up sending him to a doctor. He had quite a severe case of gonorrhea.
It's not that kind of physical problem. It's... But you see
That's
this...
what everyone
this,
says.
You see this scarring here? That almost looks like frostbite?
Yes.
But naturally, I would usually heal that, but whatever magic they hit me with is hindering that. Whatever the lasting effects of it were.
I could attempt to restore you.
That would be good.
It's a hand on you again, stubby hand with the claws, and casts cure wounds on you. You are, I imagine, full health anyway.
I am.
Nothing happens.
Only that would cause most things to heal.
I feel like this is a bigger problem than for just... Do you know any kind of restorative spells? I don't know. I'm not a cleric.
A restoration of both a lesser and greater variety I can bestow. The lesser is fairly easy. Trivial things. Thinking, curing hangovers, things of that element. Minor issues. But more severe problems. Things like blindness, deafness. Things like that. You need something greater. This sounds something you would need more. A potent charge of restoration to lift whatever dark curse hangs over you.
Yes, I think you are onto something, oh wise sage. And Cyrus just like throws Aster a look.
If you bring me what I need, supplies, I'll get a list for you.
We can do that. And well,
Why
he's
do
doing
I
that,
feel like
Asher's
him writing the list is going to be like the fucking sloths in Zootopia?
Asher's like, do you want to point at his mark and just like take what we can get, kind of look?
Most of this, the price doesn't matter. The first one, the price will matter, but most of it, anything is good. Yes, that would be good. Right. And he takes a small little bit of paper, gives it to you. And Cyrus, on it, it reads, the top one is circled, and it says 50,000 chit diamond. And it says dust fine. Dust or hole, fine. Below that, it says ground tea, loose. Bread. Milk.
Butter, tea, bread, milk, sugar.
Milk, bread, eggs.
And ground
Is
tea.
this ground tea?
The ground tea is better.
This sounds more like a shopping list, like a grocery list. Do you want me to get your groceries for you, plus a diamond?
Very important for the rich.
Sure.
In his defense, it probably takes him fucking ages to do his shop.
It'll also take him ages to make tea. Sure, I can definitely get the ground tea, bread, milk, and eggs. I will see what I can do about the diamond dust.
You could try at the commercial level. That would be my recommendation.
I just come from there and
Now you know
sure.
how Atlas felt with her up and down.
That's no problem. Thank you.
Thank you for your help.
And
Um,
the eggs, extra large, not medium.
XL. God. Sure. Cyrus just leaves.
Astra doesn't leave.
So you want semi-skimmed or skimmed or full? I'll just get him the full fat milk.
Wherever it seems like
Nobody
most
wants
reverent.
skimmed.
Wherever looks most reverent or wherever in the temple, Astra will pray for those in the temple that got lost. She's assuming they didn't make it, so
Yeah, are you just
She'll make
praying
an offer.
to Anapo, or are you going to Serpana, or are you...
she's going to an apple for them, and then for everybody else, she'll go to Morana.
Yeah, you spend some time and think on it and think of what, like, differently, and you find comfort in knowing that there was not really much. You did what you could and you got who you could, and never have that self-reflection, you know. Cyrus, you go up to the commercial district. Getting milk, bread, eggs, and loose tea is easy enough.
Yep.
Probably costs you 100 shits.
Where the hell am I gonna get diamond dust? I can't even afford the diamond dust.
Make a little deal with Terroir.
trade
Got
the
any
guns?
left there, buddy?
Trade both the guns. Worth it.
Hurry the fuck up, I want to yell at my parents.
Is there any chance that I can bump into Barros, who's wandering around while I'm getting milk eggs?
Bounce is just wandering around the district with this little toy.
Yeah, but Barros, you eventually see Barros with a little Rubik's Cube, and he's just doing laps at the market, at the food market, where it's like lots of weird alien like foods being sold, with, like strange like octopus tentacles with eyes on them, and like
Definitely have picked some weird food up, and he's just eating it in one hand and like.
I imagine Cyrus is just like standing in the middle of the walkway, and Barros is just like eating and looking at this thing, and just walks into him.
yeah.
Oh, Cyrus! How goes it?
Pretty good, except I need like 50,000 credits worth of diamond dust, and I don't have that kind of money. But I got
Oh
you.
boy!
These, and he pulls out the guns.
Oh, you got my guns! 2 of them as well. What a deal! 2 for 1.
Well, they're pretty heavy, so take one, see how you get on with it.
Okay. So where are you going to get these diamonds from?
I don't know, but the price of the guns would probably match the price of the diamond.
Oh, I
So,
see.
Yeah.
So you've come to beg.
I've come to implore that if you could help me, I will figure out a way of getting you a gun back. I mean, one gun is worth, what, 25,000 credits?
25,000 credits? Ah, fucking me.
No,
That's a lot of
maybe-
credits.
Is my math wrong? Did I math wrong?
35.
The guns are 25,000. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because the crossbow was yeah. It's a
Right.
lot.
Right, take it back before I get to shoot it. If I shoot it, you'll never get it back. It's too cool.
But you've lost the crossbow as well. And if only we had remembered to go to the library before the city fell into chaos and collected the diamond that was in the Chimera's hoard.
What do we need the diamond for anyway?
I need a restoration spell.
But you're still alive.
I'm still alive, but I haven't felt right since I got hit by that ice blast.
I mean, have you tried therapy?
No, it's not a mental thing, and it's not some kind of disease.
But you
It's-
should try therapy anyway.
Shut up, Alice.
I mean, I'm sure. Is it an STD? Did you get an STD from one of the
I
brothels?
didn't get an STD from the brothel.
It's okay if you did. I've had plenty. I know lots of cures.
I have frostbite, and it's not healing. And
Frostbite where, though?
It's on my chest. Thank you very much.
I'm not even here. I'm up doing my shit, but just gotta roast you.
You mean this little black spot?
Yes, this little black spot, but it's a bigger issue.
Cosmetic.
There's something rooted in it. I can feel it.
Oh, right. So you've got an STD in your nipple. Why didn't you say so? Let's go get you that diamond dust.
I appreciate it.
And go with you to sell the guns back for
Yeah, you go back, you
credits.
sell it back for the. It's like, oh, not bad at all, fine. Okay, he gets a receipt of the purchase, the sale, and he exchanges it for the 50,000 credits instead.
How much is that in gold? I'm just gonna note it in gold because
500
it's not staying. So how much is 450 silver worth in credits?
450 silver in credits, 4,500 credits. Add a 0. So gold you had 2 zeros, silver you had 1, copper is credits.
Okay, after exchanging it, I'm going to hand the guy. It's 25,000 credits. So I would need 40 silver? No, 20 silver.
No, 200.
200, yeah. Can I give him the silver equivalent to buy one of the guns back?
So the guns are 250 gold, if that helps you break it down.
I don't think
Stop
you have
making him do maths.
So,
I don't have enough.
you sold a +1 weapon, which normally you would have to buy for 1,000. So you sold it at half price for 500 gold, which is equivalent to 2 pistols, which are 250 gold each.
Okay. So a gold is 1 gold is 1,000 chits.
1 gold is
Ryan, I
100
want to
chips.
meet my parents.
I know. Do I have enough to buy back the guns?
I don't know
Or
how much
one
money you
gun?
have, but I don't think you do.
I have 15,000 chits and 450 silver.
Okay, so you have 15,000 chits and 450 silver. That means that you have 19,500. So you are short by 5,500 chits. But Barros might have.
Sorry, Barros. I'm gonna have to get you a gun later.
That is fine. We're going to be here for a little while anyway, so. And there's no point skinting yourself to 0. Because otherwise I'm just going to have to pay for your food and accommodation for the next however long.
But you would have a gun.
But I would have a gun. True. But no. We have to be smart. We have to be smart until we get a ship.
Alright, let's get this fucking diamond dust and get this turtle as breakfast.
Wait, turtle?
There's a turtle man, shell, little stubby hands and claws. He likes to touch my face. He wanted me to get him tea and diamonds, and now I'm gonna get him the diamonds and then get back to Anapos temple where Astra's probably still praying and whatever's wrong with me.
Where did you meet this turtle? Because it sounds like a scam.
He's in the Galactics level, the temple of Anapos.
Oh, he's a priest. Why didn't you say so?
Because he's a turtle. He's just a big turtle man.
Priests are weird anyway, and they're going to take all your chits.
True. So I'll go buy the diamond dust.
Yep. You go around the course of this. Doesn't take too long. Eventually, you have to go to a couple different, places and that. You eventually find there is a store, which is called the Lunar Luxe Couture. It is a fashion tailor shop, run by a elegant elven woman with long white hair, dark purple skin. She's a dry lady. Her boutique offers high-end attire, and as you come in, she's sewing little bits of diamond through a dress to make a little star effect on this gossamer fabric. And you're like, how much of that do you have? And she's like, darling, I have so much of it. So much indeed. How much? Would you like a little bit? It goes so well on yours. Okay.
It's worth.
My God, that's everything I have.
A solid diamond or dust. Either one, I'll take it.
I wouldn't have a solid diamond worth that much, dear. But I would probably have a diamond worth a little bit, and then I would make the rest up with the dust for you. I'm sure if that would be all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, and she gives you a small diamond, probably worth about 200 gold, and then she makes the rest, it's just like her entire supply of this, like, effectively really fucking expensive designer glitter. She puts it all in a nice little bag for you.
Take away the 500 gold.
Yep.
Do you want to come with me to the Temple of Anapo, or?
God, sure, why not? See what temples are up there. Maybe I can reimagine my faith.
Hey, there's the Temple of Morana up there.
I don't think she likes me at the moment. I kind of did abandon her for a little while.
You didn't abandon her, you just trying out different things, you know? Taking a break.
I mean, she's the goddess. I think I just stopped throwing myself at her. Maybe she'll appreciate it.
Yeah,
I don't know if women do.
Well, I think Astra said something about wanting to go to her shrine anyway for something. I don't know. I didn't think Astra really associated with the god of death, but hey.
Maybe I'll check in.
As we're in the elevator, Cyrus is going to turn to Barris and be like, what do you think Atlas gave to her brother?
Well, I know it's not the prostitute book, because I have it.
So it's another book.
So he's just gonna talk over about how like his new retirement plan is to basically sleep with every prostitute in this book.
That sounds like a terrible idea. Like you're joking about me getting an STD. That's how you get STDs, Barros. You sleep with prostitutes.
I'm immune now.
But what?
I've slept with that many.
I don't think that's how it works.
No. Once you catch them all,
If
you're
you
immune.
catch every single STI, you can't re-catch them.
Like chickenpox.
Yeah.
What if... Do you still have them, or have you been cured?
I don't know.
Those poor prostitutes.
Although that diamond, black diamond dust incident back on the Lunar Earth, that's the worst STD I've ever got.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Dun 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 dun.
Cyrus, you go back to Wavebreaker Linus at the Temple of Anapo. He takes the bread, milk, eggs, loose leaf tea, diamonds. He crushes the whole diamond to dust, so he has just pure dust. And he begins to basically brew a pot of tea, which he pours the entire contents of the diamond dust into while he's brewing it.
Delicious.
He then drinks the milk from the carton, eats the bread hand by hand, and eats the eggs whole with shell and all, while waiting for the tea to brew and then fully cool down. And the whole time he's just telling you stories like just random shit, and he's just like talking about like the scripture of Anapo and how you must weather the storm and all this.
Yes, I have heard of many storms and the weathering of them, and the cleric, my friend the cleric, she's a cleric of Anapo. She talks about storms and she likes to listen to the wind's direction, I think.
She's most wise then. Most wise indeed.
Very wise, except, when she's closing her eyes and listening to the wind and doesn't realize that there are pirates coming up behind us. When she's sitting at the back of the boat, it's a little bit of a hindrance sometimes, but she does her thing and you just let her do her thing. It seems to keep her happy. Her and her squirrel.
Sometimes it's not about seeing danger. It is about feeling what is to come.
I wish that made sense.
It will.
She's actually probably currently just staring out into the
Into space,
That's
looking
what-
around in space.
And
storms.
Jan and Jan.
not even looking for any storms, just not really listening to him. Just
See that? Just glassy-eyed, staring, nothing going on upstairs.
meanwhile, she's just thinking about Wayne and all the people
Meanwhile,
dead in that
Alice and
temple.
Vogue are already back at the fucking hotel room making awkward small talk.
And yeah, basically after some time, he serves you a cup of the tea. And then he says, remember, it is not always about seeing what is coming, but what is to come.
You
Close
put
your
diamond in
eyes.
this tea.
Indeed.
Am I meant to drink it? No.
Drink.
Okay.
Close your eyes and drink.
I'm closing my eyes and drinking.
And then he pours the entire contents of the teapot over his head.
Over whose head? My
Yours.
head?
He just dumped it all of you.
Cold tea.
Cold tea all over you. You're soaked. There's little flecks of glitter diamond dust all through you. And all in your hair, your eyes, and your clothing. It's you're never gonna get it out. And he begins to say some words, and you see his staff glow slightly, and the diamond dust just begins to you're like look down at your hands. You see like all the catching all the light, especially from the cosmos behind. And even the artificial light in the ceilings, you see it like glittering and twinkling, like you've got glitter all over your skin. And if you kind of look at your hands, you watch it kind of just like blends, and it's almost like your skin's absorbing it. And after a moment, you feel your strength come back. You can mark down your constitution has been restored.
Some weird fucking tea.
Not about seeing what is coming, but feeling it. Do you feel better?
Yes. I think so.
And I would say
Surprised
the
is
tea
the
did
word.
Good job. I'm going to keep eating my eggs.
Enjoy them. Thank you.
Oh.
Sorry, get up and leave.
Badge Buffalo.
I'll rather. Yeah, you head back to. Does Astra come with, or does she stay?
Sure
Probably.
comes with and says thank you to him. And before she leaves, she'll be like, Napa, look after Wade, and we'll leave the church, the temple, and go to the Marana shrine and ask Marana to look after the lives lost in Tome, and then follow the rest.
Head
If you
down.
want to say something to her, now's the time, Barros.
He'll run into the temple and be like, no hard feelings, eh? And then
A bunch of grieving people, like, what the fuck?
You see that like the attendant of like the shrine is like this figure, like a large hooded cloak with like a full black like shroud over their face, like a full mourning shroud. And you just walk in and they look and they go, and they like you're caught so off guard by what has happened. And yet you all head back to the lift and head back down to the Nexus level, heading back towards Uriah's Elegance. Some of you arrive before the others. Volgir and Atlas, you probably are some of the first to get here. Whenever you get back up to your room, you see that Tewa has made themselves comfortable on the only bed, and is currently sprawled out across it, snoozing.
Atlas will approach Tewa, and hold out, the Nebula Orchid.
He
Like-
go sniffs to the air,
Gotcha,
smells of
plant.
flower. Hey, plant.
Special. Magic plant. You gotta be good to it. Treat it well.
Will be. Goathead takes it, like pinches the like pot and drags it into like the crook of like the stomach where the chimera is, like wraps like a paw over it. Anything that Volgir or Atlas would like to do, otherwise we can just have everyone regroup together.
I'm gonna wait until everyone regroups to give out my surprises.
Everyone actually comes
I'm not
back
going to do
down.
anything.
Everyone just comes back down into your cell. A little bit of time
Here,
passes.
if your room has been locked, but if you go into your room, there's just the skull sitting on the bed, facing the door.
I thought you were about to say there would be a statue, and I'd be like, Eh,
Again.
I'd be worried if that statue made it off planet.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Statue was haunted the whole time.
Harry's now making a plot line for that. That statue somehow making
Imagine if
its
the
way through.
statue was the haunted thing and not the skull.
The skull's just a skull.
Skull was an innocent party the whole time.
That's why the skull isn't responding to you anymore.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because it's a statue.
Or was the ghost of an elf or something? Ghost? But yes, you all regroup.
behind.
Once everyone gets back, Atlas will go in her pack and hand a bundle of fabric to each of you. Volgir is in black, Beros is in dark green, Cyrus is in red, and Astra's in dark blue. Stop looking at them like they're poisoned.
Is it poison?
No, it's clothes.
Is it gonna be that?
You should go try them on.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they'll fit
No.
everyone. I've got all of your measurements, so should fit well.
Why are you buying us clothes?
Because if you
How do you know our measurements?
Well, I used to share a room with her so I could understand if she took my measurements in my sleep, which doesn't make it any less creepy, but I don't think she shared a room with you. Or
No,
us.
no, we
After?
did.
No, you
Definitely didn't. I don't think you shared a room with me either, so.
We all used
I'm
to
very
sleep in the same room when we were traveling on the Starwind Serenade.
Ah, true.
That doesn't make it better. Cyrus will just walk off.
Barrows will just start getting dressed right.
Yeah, it's a set of adventuring clothes, Beros, in dark green, and you'll notice that there is a small sword embroidered on each cuff.
Ooh.
This is like if Barrows walks out, like standing at Ash is gonna run away and throw hers on as quickly as she can.
I don't wear pants. What do you want me to do?
There is pants in the clothes bundle, satyr pants, but she can't make you wear them.
Finally.
Take a little
single
hole for your
tail.
tail.
My first set of pants.
Theros has to have someone help him pull his tail through the little tail hole in the back.
Cyrus will also get changed.
Yours
In
are
Volgir's room.
yours are
What do they classify as then?
They are adventuring.
like-
They're
clothed
adventuring
adventurers,
clothes.
or travelers.
But what level?
Travelers.
Travelers.
Cyrus, yours are in a dark red color, and they have flame fire kind of patterns around the bottom of the shirt.
I'm just thinking 90s like flame.
Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
No, a little more ornate than that.
Sophisticated.
I don't know why I was thinking of like Blades of Glory.
Astra, you will
We
find
killed
putting on
both.
yours that they're dark blue with lighter lightning detailing down the lapels, and Volgir's are black with blue scale pattern down the sleeves.
Nice. Well, this just means I'm gonna read Hero Forge again.
This is fancy and surprisingly well fitted.
They're not as fine as mine, but I couldn't really stretch for fine clothing for everyone. But you should at least tidy everyone up a little.
From what I'm used to, this
Emotional.
is fancy.
Is there a particular reason why you've given us this?
Well, I'm assuming all of you are going to come with me to meet my parents. Not that anyone has to, but if you do, my mother was a seamstress for many years, and everyone looking nice might help.
I'd like to make your family, but only if you want us there. If you want it, just be a family. Meet, then. Or do you need us for backup?
I don't really know.
Or as meat shields.
The last time I did something dumb, I kind of missed the fallout, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen next.
Meat shields it is.
They'll be good to you, I hope.
Beros, are you still playing your little puzzle cube at all, or?
Yeah, just
Um,
far like between.
I would say that probably your two, maybe even Atlas as well, but also mainly Astra would definitely pick up on it with her passive perception, and Sarah probably eventually see it as well if there's some time.
I've got a higher passive perception than Astra, so maybe.
I know, but it's also just because it's not your native language. It's you notice the symbols on the cube that he's doing are celestial. They appear to be letters.
Barros, where did you get that cube?
You got it in a weird shop. An oddity
there's a
shop.
little trinket. It was from a mystery bag. I paid like 120 shits for it. I just keep messing with it. I'm not really doing anything. I just keep twisting it. It's kind of good to fidget with.
Cyrus, do you see that there's letters on it?
Yeah,
right?
it's celestial.
Oh, it is celestial.
Celestial puzzle box.
And that means
Doesn't mean anything to me. Just recognize the
celestial
letters.
alphabet.
There's 6 letters. The letters are A, C, E, L, M, and U. But they're not like full because like they're all cut into like 9 smaller squares and then jumbled around like a Rubik's Cube pattern would be. But you can,
Each
after a bit of
face would
time
have
of
one
like
of
turning over
those.
and looking at it, someone could be like, these letters, and it doesn't take much to fucking be like, if you spell them correctly, you could probably spell Caitlin. It looks like it's like a...
Yeah, it's an anagram.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. Well, anyway, I am going to go to bed and face the music tomorrow.
Barros, let me know if at any time you'd like to try to solve the puzzle. Now that you know, now your allies can be like, oh yeah, to make a C. In
That's
Celestial,
a C
yeah.
and that's an
You
E.
need to get this in the top left-hand corner, not the bottom right, like that kind of.
And
Yeah.
Atlas will take the bed because Tewa's already claimed it and she's not going to move him, so she might as well appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure wherever Cyrus is posted up, Barros will come sit down and probably still be messing around, and eventually, I think Cyrus will probably tell him.
Cyrus is probably like lying on the sofa and Barros is sitting by his head and he's like, no, that one needs to be turned upside down. He shifts that one to
He
the
turns
left.
the entire thing upside down.
The other way. Just the symbol, not the piece.
Yep. If you want to try to solve it any time, Barros, it's just going to be a street intelligence check.
Sure, I will attempt to.
Can I give him advantage because I'm helping?
Sure.
Sylvie says no.
Intelligence.
Sylvie!
Nope.
Nope. You somehow get it more jumbled than before. But it's a good way to pass the time. Alrighty. So as you all kind of like, bed down for the night and settle down, you all can take a long rest if you so wish. Yeah, you bed down, rest up.
Little nap.
If there's like a coffee table in front of where Cyrus is sleeping on the sofa, that is where the skull is resting.
Yeah, there's probably one of those, like next to the sofa. Like
You,
with a
you
little
wake up,
decanter
the
or something
lion's
there.
gnawing on it like a dog with a bone.
No, spit that out. Bad. Stop it.
What do you have?
But yeah, you all awake the next morning. It's kind of strange, like being inside the sphere as well, because there's no real sunrise or sunset. But the city lights do dim what seems to be agreed mutually as nighttime, and do brighten as a daylight would normally go. So there is some kind of day-night cycle, but it's maybe not as It's kind of like how Vegas has a day-night cycle. Like there's still a lot of light around for buildings and things like that, and even if the sun does set, if those main lights do get dimmed, there's still always like a bit of a bump about the place, But yeah, you all rise the next day. Atlas, have you kept your hollow strap on this whole time?
Yeah.
Cool. Atlas, you are awoken early, probably around what would be considered sunrise.
Sprawled on the Chimera's back.
And you hear your mother's voice blaring through your hollow strap.
Oh, great.
Atlas, Moreau, if you can hear this message, which I'm certain you can, after boxing your brother's ears, you will come visit us at the Celestial Sip on the embassy level before I come find you. Love, Mum.
Okay. Well,
I just had that. Well,
pretty much. Howler. Okay, well, Mama's awake, so looks like I'm going. Tella, you want to come meet the family?
I'm gonna suggest that Tewa does not meet the family, Atlas.
It's up
You
to
thought
you,
it was going
bud.
to be bad if we met the family, but
I think
You
your
can't
mother
eat them
might
if
have
they
a
start
heart
getting angry, but
Eat,
no, you can't eat them.
eat,
They are no eat,
snack.
no snack.
treat.
Treat?
No treat. No treat. Oh.
We'll get some breakfast. Do they serve breakfast? I'm just gonna go.
They have room service if we want to order room service, or we can go down to the bar. I imagine that we would have to order quite a large portion for our three-headed friend.
I was about to say, I suggest we feed them
friend.
if we're leaving.
Yeah, good idea.
Friend is a loose term in this group, apparently. We could just be strangers at bars for all we know. Haven't let that go.
You're very emotionally fragile for someone who looks strong. Anyway, okay, so maybe order a few hams for Tawa. Anybody else got plans?
Nope.
Atlas will call down room service and see how much to get an absolute fuck ton of chimera food.
Sure, if that's what you're.
What is the most meat I can get for the cheapest amount?
Okay.
You just want offcuts and shit like that.
Pretty much. You got anything going, like a little badge, you know? He'll eat anything.
They do
You got a
have
staff member you've been looking to get rid of.
They do have Nova Prime Fillet, which is aged space cow, which is 120 chits per portion. So if you're
Do you
looking to
have
get something,
shitty space cow?
No, dear, we do not deal in bad quality meats.
Okay.
Only the finest at the
I'm gonna go find a space butcher, I guess, and then I'll go meet my mother. God, this is time that I am gonna get in trouble for.
so you go all the way back up to the commercial level, to the
And I-
marketplace.
yeah,
you find the guy selling the octopus eyes, which is still there from the
I buy
yesterday.
as much meat offcut as I can.
Sure. How much money?
Cyrus will go and assist in the carrying, because that'll speed
what'll
up time.
feed Tewa for the day?
Beat Tower for the day. Make an investigation check to see how good a price you can get.
And then the rest of us will probably just go for regular breakfast in the downstairs restaurant.
Atlas dealing with a bunch of gross meat offcuts before she's even had her own breakfast when she's nervous about her parents. Like,
Chits.
procrastinating.
okay. She will buy 100 chits worth of weird meat.
Yep.
And
So-
head
You,
will carry it.
you buy it from a Thrycreen vendor, and he's like there, and he's like,
Yeah, so, it's good meat. Yeah, it's meat.
that looks like a thumb.
No, it's just meat.
That's
Let's not
definitely
ask
a thumb.
Let's not
It's,
ask questions, Atlas. It won't be the weirdest thing he's eaten. Let's be honest.
Synthetic meat, Sometimes they grow thumbs.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Easy to nibble on, tasty.
Into the sack, over the
Atlas,
shoulder.
Atlas will dump the sack of meat at Tewa.
Tewa tucks in the goat and begins eating the sack.
Fair enough. And then she will start heading up to meet the folks.
For all you guys having
Atlas, you haven't had
if you-
breakfast.
If you want to have enough
It
a big
doesn't
breakfast
matter.
for the
I'll
day,
just
so you
throw
don't
it
have to
up
worry about
anyway.
eating any more food, it'll cost you all 50 chits each. But you basically all get like a nice kind of like beautiful, kind of like eggs royale, eggs benedict. Like you can get full fry if you want. It's like a little continental buffet as well. You probably it's probably like 50 chits each because like with the room you probably get like 2 like people get it like on the house, but like everyone else would have to pay for it. So it works with 50 chits each. So if you want to mark that down, that means you've eaten today, so you don't need to worry about having rations or anything like that. You're fed enough to get through the day if you like.
Cyrus will grab like an extra bread roll for Atlas.
Sure. And
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
all eaten.
Okay.
Tewa fed.
Yeah, they will set off.
Okay, so you're gonna head up. You're gonna go to the embassy level and try to find the golden sip. Is that correct?
Yep. Alice gets into
Oh, celestial sip. Sorry.
the lift. She's like, I hate lifts. They remind me of going to the surface. Okay. And she's just turning her signet ring on her finger just over and over and over.
Are the rest of us with you, or did you go off by yourself?
You can come with. She would have opened the offer to anyone who wanted to come.
I bet we're all there.
Yeah, I think we're all going.
Yeah, everyone just kind of wants to see how this goes.
Eat this bread roll. You need something in your stomach.
You all go up 1 level to the embassy level, so you're on -2 at the minute.
Okay.
And looking around, you see the
Also in the lift, she's just giving everyone the like brief of like, okay, so just be respectful, treat them like, you would treat your superiors, don't speak unless spoken to, etc., etc. You'll be fine. I'll be fine. It'll be fine.
As you kind of like step out into the embassy level, it's compared to the Nexus level, this is beautiful. There is like little like small like corner gardens with little trees. There is a like large kind of like quite nice residential looking area that dominates a lot of the level. And there are several beautiful buildings as well. And you see above them there are a variety of embassies. You see there's an embassy called the Cerkel Embassy, which for those of you the amalgam would know that is the Orcs embassy, because they don't have a district to rely on. There's also one for the Prudente Alliance, one for the Draconid Concordat, and one for the Calum Chivalric, all of which have embassies here on the Omphalos. All of which, those of you who are from any of those particular alliances or organizations, you can, seek refuge or help from your own embassy if you so need, being in foreign diplomatic territory like you would in real life. But after a little bit of looking around and asking around, you eventually find this beautiful tavern called Celestial Sip.
Okay.
It is a vibrant mix of like futuristic design and classic charm. You kind of see automated sliding doors and the hum of lively conversations as people are all having breakfast. You see a variety of holographic displays all over. And you see like big holographic projections of different alien races, kind of like, showing like, all of species from all across the amalgamate itself. A nice little like interior of like modern and retro kind of aesthetic. You see like luminescent tables are scattered across the tavern, surrounded by like ergonomic chairs. You see them like they're kind of shaped like to fit different species. Like there's big wide ones for GIF, quite skinny ones for the Flight Cream with like 4 armrests. And you see there's like beautiful like interactive displays of like various galaxies and homeworlds and things like that. The centerpiece of the bar is like a big moon, like a big like concave moon. Where a big like Modron is there, like making like various drinks and that. At the minute, it's pouring a lot of orange juice. You see there are like levitating shelves like floating next to it, kind of all around it, like showing these like liqueurs, like that look very, very expensive. And you see there's a holographic menu above the bar that like shows the day specials, and a variety of like cocktails and things like that. Apart from the like little small tables and chairs around the edges, there's also some booths on the far sides. And you see that some people inside the booths have like a sliding door that can be closed. Some booths are full of like a strange haze-colored air. Another booth is like appears to be slightly lower gravity, like someone's like floating like up in the air. They're like eating their food like out of the air with chopsticks, like when these strike green. Maybe use like a lower gravitational like atmosphere. You see there is a like little band stage that's currently empty. Nothing's on at the moment, just because of the time of day. And there's like, you know, a little bit of a breakfast kind of like buffet as well going on here. And yeah, so a little kind of like gentle shifting of lights and pulse with the music as well. It kind of like goes at the minute. It is a beautiful, strange place of just chaos and intrigue.
Mama's gonna yell. Papa won't. He doesn't know how, I think. Well, Micaiah said that he yelled at Kalis when everything happened, but I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. Oh, God. Okay. Atlas
You're making
will
me nervous.
Atlas
It'll be
will
fine.
go to the bar, she guesses, and ask, fuck, it's Maldron. She'll ask anyway, where to find the Moreaus.
Hello, you are looking for the Moreaus. Processing.
Esther Moreau, Ichabod Moreau.
They are on the 3rd floor.
All right.
You are Atlas, is that correct?
Yes.
They have been expecting you. I've updated your holostrap with their key ID.
Excellent.
Have a lovely stay.
I
Welcome
won't.
to Celestial City.
And she'll head up to the 3rd floor.
You guys all follow?
Mm-hmm.
Her little motley crew behind her.
This place, it seems maybe on par with the place you were staying downstairs, but maybe just because the whole level as a whole is a bit less sleazy, it kind of seems to just feel a bit more elevated. But yeah, you head upstairs. The rooms don't look any...
Also, Atlas has taken off and stowed her star mark in her haversack, so she has put her mask on. And also her tank. Did she ever get her tank back? I don't remember.
She did.
Yeah, you got
Cyrus
Okay.
carried the tank
Okay.
to you.
Then tank as well.
Yeah, so you get the full guard back on.
I
Yeah,
will take that off of my inventory now.
you get to the door.
And she will knock.
And before the door opens, Asher casts guidance.
You knock once, and the door opens, and all of you see standing there, you see a island woman. She has around her neck a beautiful fur stole, which seems to be of some kind of creature. You can't identify what it is. It looks like maybe a wolf, but like a lot smaller. She has a long, flowing dress on that kind of like covers most of her body, but her wings, which are flared out like a peacock's tail, is like kind of like shadows behind her, giving this like much more imposing figure. Even though she stands at the same height as Atlas, a very, very short woman, definitely not a tall, imposing individual, but her wingspan does kind of make up for it a little bit. She has a like set of pearls around her neck. These like black feathers, and around her face, these little white feathers that form the shape of what looks like a human skull, and a black beak that makes the nose, and you can see how the markings of the feathers kind of fall across it. And she opens the door, and all of you expect to hear something similar to what you heard echoed through the hollow strap before. But instead, you just hear what can only be described as screeching, like owl screeching, like actual full-blown, like, and it is a anger and rage that bubbles over language or even comprehension for all of you. And as it kind of like falls down into words,
Hi,
you
Mama.
do pick up bits and pieces of it here and be like, oh, I'm going to rip your wings from your body so you can never fly away from me again, young lady. You do have any idea the level of stress and panic and exhaustion that we have to go through to keep you safe, and then you do stupid things like this. This is why we don't let you out of our sight. This is why we can't let you out of our sight, because you cannot be trusted. You make friends with whatever those are behind you. If you have done anything to touch or harm or interact with my daughter in any such way, I will cut your fingers off and feed them to yourselves. Do you hear me? Have you touched my daughter? She just points at Barrels.
I mean, it depends in which way.
She slaps him.
Deserved.
I feel like this mother has just voiced everything that's going on in my head to
Yeah, this is the
to
woman who had to
literal
raise
picture.
Atlas.
Behind her, sat on a large plush sofa, his feet propped up on an ottoman, smoking from a pipe. You see...
The second Atlas sees him, she just yells, Papa, and just runs to him. And just runs and hugs him.
Yeah, he doesn't, he like lifts up a wing and like wraps it around you. He takes a long puff from his pipe that he's smoking as he like waves his little lighter out and clicks it closed. And he goes, Atlas, my dear, it's good to see you. But I do have to express, and like as he's talking, Esther saddles up next to him, and it's still like you can see just staring Atlas daggers. And whenever like Atlas like can hide behind or breaks her eye contact, her like head, her body's the same, but her head just turns all the way around to look at you all in turn, and she's just staring fucking like daggers at you, like a teacher, angry, like pure like rage in those eyes. You see what must be Atlas's father there. Similar kind of markings on the face, the white feathers that form like the skull kind of shape. He's in a like very nice silk smoking jacket. He's got a big cravat, a pearl pin, kind of like cravat pin through it, like a stick pin, kind of matching the colors of the clothing her mother is wearing. And he just goes, Atlas, dear, I do have to say I am terribly disappointed in you, darling. Your mother has been an absolute state. We have had to travel some distance to get here, and doing so on a job that we were trusting for you to complete.
Yeah. Things happened. Did Mom kill Micaiah, or is he still here?
Micaiah has currently been restrained to his room as punishment. He is grounded, as it were.
These are my friends, quite friends, I guess. That's Beros there, and that's Volgir, Cyrus, and Astra.
Asher does like a little like shy wave, like
We know who they are.
Well, I thought you might want to put names to faces.
Of course. Whenever we found out that you were on the Palace, I went straight to OSEC and I began asking around, asking who you were here with. They said you were here with some monstrous creature. And whenever I went to find you and came back and later on, they said you'd been and gone and everything. And they wouldn't tell me where you were. So of course I started looking for you. And you're so lucky you came to me. If I had to come find you, Atlas, you would have. And she's like, I'm going to spank your bottom red raw. So help me.
Like you'd ever raise a hand against me, risk breaking me.
And you see she leaves the room. Feathers like pop off in her, and she's like getting bigger and bigger as she's in a poopy. And she goes, you open one of the bedrooms, and you hear the muffled yelling continuing in the next room, and then protests of Micaiah.
Should we go into the room, or are we just gonna stand in the hallway?
Come on in, guys. It's
here is
safe.
safer for our health.
I don't. No, I'm scared.
Cyrus will step into the room.
Boris will step in and be like,
After a minute of waiting just to see if anything comes off the wall, just to whack them two over the head.
yeah.
Volgir will pop
Asher will like shimmy in slowly, very, very gently close the door as to not anger the bar.
Yeah.
Volgir will stay right next to the door, though.
Yeah.
So will Asher like
quick
hands the
exit.
long handle.
Get ready to fucking bug out if needed.
Yeah. She may not raise a hand to you, Atlas, but
she already raised a hand to me.
You enjoyed it.
I did.
Barros has got like a red, like long finger marks as well, like across the, like also like a scratch mark across his cheek. But yeah, so like while it's all happening, your dad just there, just puffing his pipe.
Nice to finally meet you, I guess.
Indeed, it's a pleasure to meet all of you as well. Thank you for looking after my daughter. But I'm afraid your little adventure will now have to come to a close. I'm going to transfer each of you a small stipend as a thanks for looking after her. But Atlas and her brother and my wife are going to return home now.
I'm not going back with you, Papa.
Atlas, dear, this is not negotiable.
Well, unfortunately, I am going to be negotiating it. And once I tell you what I'm going to tell you, you're going to agree with me.
That remains to be seen.
Alice will pull the star mark out of her bag.
Ah,
Dinged and scratched and
Yeah, absolutely fucked.
so Micaiah didn't lose it then.
Well, I mean, he gave it to me and then lost to me, so by technicality. But I need you to put it on. And you never have you?
No.
You mustn't, because you would know, but you don't know, and you're gonna want to talk to who's hanging out in there.
Make me a persuasion check. You still have guidance. Spires.
$15.
Atlas. Star mark we gave to Micaiah under strict instruction that it only be used in an emergency for your safety. Stands up, shakes the pipe into a little ashtray on the table, watches the red ashes begins to cool down to a dark color. Takes it, shoulders it on. I don't quite know what to do next. And he's not attuned to it, he can't.
Damn it.
it might take an hour.
It will literally take an hour.
Then I suppose you have an hour to plead your case before your evidence is, if it shows up.
Why did you call me Atlas?
Mother decided it was a good name.
A good, strong name. But you're not meant to name Owlin before they hatch.
We named you because of the condition that your egg was in.
But how did you pick it?
Well, it's quite funny. It was a kenku singing a little song for us all. In a little tavern near home. Back, things were different. Back when the kenku could still create, I suppose, to some level. Or maybe he was just mimicking a song he'd heard. But, the song was about the lights in the sky. The chorus went something along the lines of the lights in the sky are stars. We took a liberty. Atlas. The lights are stars. Seemed fitting. So, we always said we wanted to be a good name for a little girl. Your brothers came along first. And I'm sure Atlas would have been just as fitting a name for them, but I just always had a feeling that I wanted it to be my daughter's name, my first daughter. Then you came along. We were worried maybe you wouldn't make it. So we named you. Because we hoped that if we named you, you would.
I saw Avel.
A photo? A projection?
A projection. With a
Well, there's
message.
many holograms around.
I saw a projection of Avel from that star mark. Telling me that Saparna had chosen me to fix it.
Fix what?
I don't know. The gods? The planet?
This all sounds quite preposterous. Esther there, you hear the door slam open, and dragging out from behind her, you see a slightly featherless Micaiah being dragged by his head feathers. You see he's had a few feathers definitely ripped out of his wings, things like that. Looks like maybe from stress or otherwise. And he's just like, "Oh, hello everyone. It's so good to see you all."
Good to see you too, I guess.
Esther turns around to him and, without even touching him, points a long finger at him, and she goes, "Sit down, be quiet. You are not out of the woods yet, young man." And he sits down, and as he does, he watches more feathers just fall off him, and he begins pruning himself, and just feathers just falling all around him. She turns around. She's standing.
On the children's scale, I guess Kalos is back on top. Took him a while after the last time.
This is not funny, Axe. Not even a
It's a
slight.
little funny. And you don't even know about Tower yet. Oh god.
My dear, Atlas was telling me how she believed that the star mark showed her some kind of recording of evil. And it mentioned her, apparently.
Question: did Cyrus and Atlas or Astra witness the projection, or was that all in the star mark?
I think you saw the projection, but you couldn't hear what it was saying.
Yeah, the projection appeared on her hollow strap.
So you just saw a fucking owl boy.
Okay.
Well, go on then, if you want to tell them tall tale.
It's not a tall tale. And the second Papa tunes to that, you're going to see Saparna, a piece of Saparna is in the star mark. And all of these guys can vouch for me. They've spoken to her too. She was in our ship for a little bit.
Make me a persuasion check, Atlas.
19. I'm rolling quite well.
Your mother
Just wait till the animal handling comes up later.
Yep.
Your mother crosses both her arms, and she's just there, just like, "I don't ridiculous." And she's muttering under her breath.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I got a divine vision and that's why I ran away. I ran away with no plan because I wanted to do something. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything I did was a good idea, but this is true.
And what about
I feel like there's
saving...
an innocent chicken of heads. Like,
There was a snicker whenever it was like, good idea, slight snicker from the group.
And what about helping Squall? Why you begged so much to leave originally in the first place? What happened to that, Atlas?
You know I wanted to go by myself. That was my plan. That was the initial plan. That I would trick Micaiah and go by myself, and then I would tell the amalgamate about what happened and come back. And I would have proved that I could do something by myself. That not every time I leave the house it's going to be a disaster.
Micaiah was there to help you, to guide
But
you.
I
You've
didn't
never done
need
anything
him
like
to
this
help
before.
me.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I'm here, aren't I?
By some miracle.
No, not by a miracle, by me. Christ, I saved a town,
Who
a
is this
city.
Christ you keep going on about?
Saparna, I saved a town, a city. I fought aliens I didn't know existed. I survived through all of it, and it was
That's hard to say.
significantly more dangerous than walking to the market.
And if you had simply just followed the ship charters that we had already set for you, you would have got to the Omphalos in good time, not missed our original appointment with the amalgamate, which now we have to reschedule. Delayed things quite significantly. Do you see the impact that your impulsive decisions have had? Regardless of whether or not you thought you could do it on your own. By going off on your own, it hasn't helped us.
But if you trusted me, then it would have.
Atlas,
I know I made a bad call last time, okay? I know. I know that it broke me. I know that Kalis will never be the same. I know. But I'm going to keep doing stupid, irrational things if you keep cooping me up, because where else am I meant to do them?
Atlas, they do it because we know what you're like and we care about you. By doing something like this, just doesn't prove to me that it proves us right. If you're saying you were getting into fights and saving towns and things, he looks at the star mark. This alone has been damaged.
Well, I'm not going to finish that sentence. It'll just make me look worse.
And what if this was your tank or your mask? What then?
Then I would keep going. Okay? It's fine.
Keep going to an early grave. You're going to get yourself killed.
Alice will tear off her mask and throw it to the ground.
Okay, try to smash it.
No, just throw it to the ground.
Okay.
It's not going to smash. It's just going to make a clunk sound as it hits the ground.
As you do that, anyone who has a pretty good past perception would see Atlas's dad has got his pipe back in his hand, and he moves it in such a way, and there's a little bonsai tree next to him, and the bonsai tree throws itself forward and grows about 4 times its size and makes a big little nest of branches and leaves and just catches the mask on it. And he goes sighs and goes,
And yet I am still breathing.
indeed, I wonder for how long, dear.
I've been in dirtier places than this breathing it. I didn't die. Not once.
Atlas.
Which is more than I can say for some of us.
It's not about your immediate, it's about the long-term effects. Remember what the doctor said.
Dr. Hack doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm just a science project. He's just guessing.
Must have some idea.
Why? Because I've made it this far. I'm not going home. I
That
have a
remains
job
to
to
be
do.
seen.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
What are you gonna do? If I refuse, what are you going to do? Knock me out? Drag me back? Lock me in my room?
That would be sufficient, yes.
I won't last.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't. You always say the only reason I've lasted this long is because I keep fighting. You drag me back, I stop fighting. I spend every single out trying to get it.
Atlas's mum is now crying into Makai's shoulder about how horrible this all is. He's wailing. And Makai's there it's alright, Mum. It's okay. It's alright. And as all this is happening, you would watch as the star mark begins to glow. It begins to power on, and the helmet over Atlas's father's face. You see the lights projected, the golden glow and green glow, illuminate his face from the exterior, and you see the strange skull marking changing color to reflect the lights trickling over it. And just hear him go, Brandis, this thing is very broken.
Just listen to it.
And you watch as his eyes kind of go from their quite relaxed, 3/4 open kind of position to bolt wide. And that
Big
is
black
where we're going to
void.
stop for today.
No.
Bye-bye.